Yeah, yeah. Sodium stars on a fisheye sky. Freeway ribbons where the engine side. Blueprint pupils with a tungsten gleam. A watermark fate in a drumline dream. Mailbox moons, alleyway priests. Blessing the curb with a chrome god feast. G-funk mist with a citrus bite. 808 avalanches rewire tonight. Ruthless punches from the sub, no mercy bang. Dark bass prowling with a low end fame. Under C6 like a helicopter glare. West Coast heartbeat shake still in air. I won't rent crowns from a bargain shelf. I sold her a throne with a disciplined self. If the deck leans crooked, I plane that wood. Build a whole table out of misunderstood. I learned my math on a bus stop bench. Counting the dents in a paycheck trench. Empty pockets, tall compound wheel. Stacked each note till the yes stood still. Graffiti planet spin on brick. Every tag of him, every drip a tick. Silence is currency, I stash it deep. Spend it on patience while the loud men sleep. I don't sell thunder, I can't conduct. Don't trade my lane for a shortcut truck. If fate palms aces with a cheetah's grin, I cut that deck with a temper hardened pen. Torque in my breath, angles in mind. I mill raw hours into gears that grind. Blueprint knuckles, graphite valves. I punch time cards in the then and now. Man and now. Snare draws chalk on the boulevard's face. Kick right statutes in negative space. If doubt subpoenas the life I breathe, I file a counterclaim, calm no bleed. Ruthless punches from the sub, no mercy bang. Dark bass prowling with a low end fang. Honesty sits like a helicopter glare. West Coast heartbeat shake still in air. I won't rent crowns from a bargain shelf. I sold her a throne with a disciplined self. If the deck leans crooked, I plane that wood. Build a whole table out of misunderstood. Clock got slick, so I snapped its hand. Bent minutes straight till the hours would stand. Ledger and charcoal, entries of pain. Gibbets in thunder, credits in rain. Mentors with meters with red lead eyes. Charging by grit under sodium skies. We swap breath for blueprints, truth for screws. Both of the future we refuse to lose. I keep my circle like a vinyl's core. Only the needle in the day one's roar. Trust is a safe with a triple-lit tone. Miss one chime lock, leave it alone. I trim my crew like a sailing squalls. No slack ropes, no panic stalls. Storms don't scare a captain's brain. They polish the hull, they widen the lane. I had shimmer like hospital lights. City goes quiet for a surgeon slice. We flatline fear for a measured beat. Shot coat back with an iron heat. Kids in the window trace clouds with tape. I fold my schedule in a lighthouse shape. Every tick beams, home through mist. Arrive with honor, non-negotiable list. Rear view sirens, fatal scars. I changed 2 lanes and unhooked bars. Never let yesterday drive my wrist. I signed a day with a callous twist. I was the skip in a thrifted record. Click, pop, loop till the needle reckon. Lifted the arm, clean dust from the soul. Dropped it again, now the groove runs whole. Billboards yawn, clock out, breathe. I clock in twice to the craft I weave. Not for applause or borrow flame, for the quiet proof behind my name. Let the sin sketch walls on tinted chrome. Let the kick pass verdicts for fakes disown. If night invoices hours I never owed, I stamp contested and reclaim my load. Ruthless punches from the sub, no mercy bang. Dark bass prowling with a low end fang. Witnesses sense like a helicopter glare. West Coast heartbeat shake still in air. I won't rent crowns from a bargain shelf. I sold her a throne with a disciplined self. If the deck leans crooked, I plane that wood. Build a whole table out of misunderstood. Palm ribs rattle in the marine layer hem. Gold fog polish on a tire rub rim. I'm at my piece like a harbor grid. Mark crosswinds no tourist ever did. Friends turn fog when the grade ran steep. Oaks stay rooted where the valves run deep. We lift our beams in a whisper parade. Let trends shout loud, our pillars get laid. I don't buy crowns from algorithm priests. I feast on hours like slow cooked beasts. 10,000 nails in a stubborn roof. Each one hammer with living proof. When hillside glass repeats my tone, it's only the city returning the loan. I paid in brief, imbalancing scars. Collected in calm beneath stubborn stars. Ocean irons, wrinkles from a neon sky. Count wins by the reasons why. Not luck, not noise, not counterfeit fame. Discipline's drum and a first name flame. If tomorrow asks, what armor you bring? I say a welded wheel and a wire tight string. Hardcore pulse with a time lock brand. West Coast oath and a diamond hang day. Sodium halos on a midnight pier. Freight train moon hums low in the rear. Blueprint pupils with a tungsten seam. I signed my oath in a sub-bass dream. Palm ribs clatter like metronome bones. Street light rosaries whisper tone tones. G-funk fog with a bittersweet bite. 808 landslides rewrite the night. Ruthless lowing like a forge untamed. Dark bass prowls with a teeth-bared frame. Menacing sleeves paint wolves in there. West Coast posts make concrete swear. I don't rent crowns from an algorithm clerk. I chisel a throne out of long shift work. If the deck leans crooked, I plane that wood. Build a whole feast out of misunderstood. I learned budget math on a bus stop throne, where coins speak louder than stones thrown. Turned empty pockets into scaffold steel. Raised floors on the bow, I can notarize real. Graffiti galaxy spin over brick. Every drip a second hand, cosmic tick. Silence a cruise interest if you guard your breath. Spend it on patience, not credit with death. Torque in my chest, angles in mine. I mill each hour in the gears that grind. Origami steel in the callous tan. Folding my losses to aerodynamic plans. Rumors move quick, but results move roots. I water my wins in unlaced boots. If fate pawns cards with a greasy thumb, I crack that deck like a starter drum. Hi-hats glitter like surgery lights. Snare draws chalk on the jaw of night. If doubt files claims on the air I own, I count a shoe calm, case closed. Ruthless lowing like a forge untamed. Dark bass prowls with a teeth-bared frame. Menacing sis paint wolves in there. West Coast posts make concrete swear. I don't rent crowns from an algorithm clerk. I chisel a throne out of long shift work. If the deck leans crooked, I plane that wood. Build a whole feast out of misunderstood. Clock turned slick, so I snapped this wrist. Bent minutes straight till hours couldn't twist. Ledger and charcoal, columns of rain. Debits and thunder, credits and grain. Mentors were meters with neon eyes. Charging by grid under sodium skies. We traded our breath for blueprint truth. Bolted our names to a promise-proof roof. Circle stays tight like a vinyl's hole. Only day ones hear the needles sew. Trust is a safe with a triplet tone. Miss one chime, you're talking alone. I prune my crew like a captain's mast. Cut loose ropes when the squall blows past. Storms test holes and rip its spines. We come back sleeker with cleaner lines. Sub goes hush like a predator stare. Footsteps soft through hydraulic air. Speech flick green like hospital signs. We flatline fear and revive all finds. Kids at a window with comic chalk cans. Trace out tomorrows in glow stick bands. I turn my schedule to lighthouse glass. Beam over fog when the doubts harass. Rear view sirens, tug old scars. I signal twice, then slip through cars. Yesterday knocks with a souvenir chain. I wave from the wheel and decline that claim. I was the skip in the pawn shop groove. Click pop loop that refused to move. Lifted the arm, clean grit from the soul. Drop needle back, now the story runs whole. Billboards yawn, work breathe when I clock in twice and begin again. Throners and views, it's severed and stacked. 10,000 nails in the weatherproof fact. Let the synth edge fangs on tinted chrome. Let the kick past verdicts, imposters disown. If night and voices hours I never owed, I stamp contest to reclaim my load. Ruthless, knowing like a forge untamed. Dark bass prowls with a teeth-bared frame. Menacing sense paint wolves in there. West Coast posts make concrete swear. I don't rent crowns from an algorithm clerk. I chisel a throne out of long shift work. If the deck leans crooked, I plane that wood. Build a whole feast out of misunderstood. Boardwalk sermons from gum-stuck pews. Seagull witnesses, Tide Mark news. Chrome ink, dust prints, credits and script. Paid in grit, where my name got tipped. I budget my piece like a harbor grid. Mark crosswinds, no tourist did. Anchor on truth when rumors spin. Let patience tow the vessel in. No thunder, so I can't conduct. No rent on worth, I won't deduct. My name's a warranty forged in heat. Lifetime coverage on every beat. And when hillside glass repeats my tone, it's just the city returning the loan. I paid in breath, imbalance and scars. Collecting calm under untamed stars. Ocean eyes, wrinkles from a neon dome. I count my wins by the road back home. Not luck, not noise, not secondhand fame. Just backbone, breath, and the first name flame. If tomorrow asks what armor you bring, I say discipline's drum and the wide tight string. Hard cold valve with a time lock brand. West Coast oath and a diamond hand. Neon veins in the boulevard breathe. Chrome fleck dawn on the west side breeze. Blueprint mind with a diamond key. I turn lock blocks to a symphony. Ghosts in the wire hum baritone low. I pace my fate by the metronome glow. Curbside confessions, midnight code. I carve my crown in the heavy mo flow. Ruthless 808s make the pavement bend. Dark G-funk bassline stuck in the end. Menaces sins like a hawk on a wire. Every bar gasoline, spark that fire. West side thunder in my blood, no doubt. Steel in my lungs when the tents run out. If the night draws lines, I cross those scars. Street war drums with a sky full of stars. I learned math in the echo of loss. Counted the dues till I tally the boss. Rain on the dash, city writing the streaks. I read those signs, turn weeks into peaks. Hunger was fueled, now the engine refined. Pressure made polish on the edges of time. Handshake solid like a sworn in oath. I plant foundations where the weak stay broke. Playbook lean, but the vision was wide. Slept on floors, now the ceiling is sky. Haters a breeze and the hurricane stands. I don't flinch, let the heavyweights dance. Ghost sun climbing up a two-lane spine. Hillside echo when I claim what's mine. I didn't pray luck, I built my lane. Laid each mile with a gram of pain. Radio growl with the sub so mean. Baseline clean like a crime scene sheen. Every mistake was a mentor's grin. Taught me to lose like I'm learning to win. Low ride moon through the palm leaf smoke. Snare tap tight on the vows I spoke. If fate play cards with a rigged up deck, I reshuffle stars, snare fear in the neck. Ruthless 808s make the pavement bend. Dark G-funk bassline stuck in the end. Menacing sins like a hawk on a wire. Every bar gasoline, spark that fire. West side thunder in my blood, no doubt. Steel in my lungs when the tongues run out. If the night draws lines, I cross those scars. Street war drums with a sky full of stars. I kept receipts like a ledger of grit. Stamped each page with a never quit fit. Hope in the pocket, grind in the clutch. Silence the noise by not talking too much. Cold eyes mirror when the past looks back. I nod once thanks, then I step off track. Can't harm a man who owns his ghost. I turn those whispers to victory posts. Finance soul with a hustle degree. Profit and peace, not a war for free. I build with the ones who can carry the brick. Not with the mouths that pretend they thick. Sunset candy on the boulevard slick. Paint drips slow while the tempo ticks. I bless the curb with a masterpiece pace. Frame by frame like a real-to-real chase. Mentors were meters that fed my grind. Every red flash was a stop on time. But I learned to breathe in the bottleneck lane. Exhale cool and refuse to change. Let the kick drum write my laws. Let the scent draw, jagged claws. If the dark talks, big I laugh. I own my route on the phone line graph. I don't sell storms, I can't steer. I don't rent out, space to fear. If the clock wants all my youth, I break its hands with honest truth. Family on my neck like a lighthouse flame. Guides me home through a salt-cut rain. I stack these wins where the kids can't see, so they inherit courage and legacy. Friends turn fog when the climb got steep. I kept the few who could stand that heat. Trust is a vault with a triple code key. I protect the inside religiously. I'm not the rumor in the alleyway bread. I'm the calm that walks through the thread. I'm not the mask with a counterfeit shine. I'm a lived-in book with a headline spine. Gold-plated lessons in a broke-town jar. We saved each drop till it filled our car. Now we sail night waves on a freeway crest. Chrome script Pope on the hood says blessed. If the gate stays locked, then I build my own. If the path runs out, then I pave that stone. If the world says wait, I reply not now. I'm a deadline king with a lifetime vow. Ruthless 808s make the pavement bend. Dark G-funk bassline stalking the end. Menacing sins like a hawk on a wire. Every bar gasoline, spark that fire. West side thunder in my blood, no doubt. Steel in my lungs when the tongues run out. If the night draws lines, I cross those scars. Street war drums with a sky full of stars. When the red sun melts in the ocean glass, I count my blessings like miles I pass. No cheap crowns, just purpose and proof. No shortcuts, just nail and roof. If tomorrow asks what I brought to the fight, I'll say backbone, breath and light. Hardcore heart with a time-proof soul. West Coast pulse on full control. for a soundtrack, skyline frown. Ballots in the shoebox, boots on the ground. Lobbyist handshake, velvet lie. Paper says equal fine print, try. City hall windows, frosted truth. We press our breath like living proof. If power is theater with donor rows, we crash the stage when the curtain's slow. Politics promise, neighborhoods pay. Ink on the bill, but the light's still gray. We vote at dawn, they stall at noon. We turn our rage to a marching team. Raise that voice, don't beg, don't bend. Build from the bottom, begin, not end. If the gate is locked with a gold teeth grin, we carve new doors and let folks in. Filibuster lullaby, talk us to sleep. Meanwhile, textbooks crumble and leak. Public trust fenced in study committees. Funds take detours through donor cities. Law and order on a billboard smile. Meanwhile, eviction at the courthouse tile. Audis for crumbs, amnesty for cake. We do the dishes for the mess they make. They love the people when cameras roll. Then ghost our zip codes in the payroll. They say be civil, then sell our air. We bring receipts to the public square. Policy slow like a stuck red light, but hunger is urgent and rent is a fight. So we union the shift, co-op the block, clock out of fear, clock in the stock. No more savior in a tailored suit. Grow laws upward from community root. Patch the roof, but yank the beams. We don't do symbols, we do things. Politics promise, neighborhoods pay. Ink on a bill, but the light's still gray. We vote at dawn, they stall at noon. We turn our rage to a marching tune. Raise that voice, don't beg, don't bend. Build from the bottom, begin, not end. If the gate is locked with a gold teeth grin, carve new doors and let folks in. Pole line serpentine, 10 blocks long. Closed for repairs, we hum our song. Gerrymander snakes on a precinct map. Clip our wings, then blame our flaps. Super PAC baptisms in dark money rain. Wash off guilt, keep the chain. Hearing on justice at 2 a.m. Pass it, half empty, tweet amen. They audit our tone, not the facts we bring. Call it too loud when we name the king. But budgets are morals in spreadsheet clothes. Tell me your surplus, I'll tell your soul. Call who writes the city we wanna see. Response tenants and council, rent debt free. Who draws the safety we truly need? Nurses, neighbors in the hands that feed. What's our anthem when the feed goes mute? Door knock, drum, and the grassroots flew. We code our rights into open source. Patch the bug in the profit course. Sunshine clauses with bite, not poles. Public dashboards that show where it goes. Participatory budget at the Rex in the gym. Kids chalk charts while elders hymn. City clerk streaming the line item fight. We annotate power in broad daylight. Ballot plus picket, meeting plus meal. Justice is scaffolding, not a field. Strike for a day, playing for 10. Win one contract, then win again. Policy is practiced with a calendar spine. Check in monthly, decline to decline. No hero saga, no perfect night. Rotations, coalition, shared headlight. Politics promise, neighborhoods pay. Ink on the bill, but the light's still gray. We vote at dawn, they stall at noon. We turn our rage to a marching tune. Raise that voice, don't beg, don't bend. Build from the bottom, begin, not end. If the gate is locked with a gold teeth grin, we carve new doors and let folks in. From town hall whispers to avenue roar, we measure a leader by the open door. Not left, not right, just forward clear. A budget of love with a line item here. If tomorrow asks, what did you change? We point to the table, we rearrange. One more chair, one less throne. A country rebuilt from the cobblestone.
Cameras flash on the marble stage. Another promise in a golden cage. Flags wave high, but the pockets deep. They sell the truth while the dreamers weep. Behind the glass, the suits all grin, counting votes like a game they rigged to win. The city bleeds while they toasting white. Justice sleeps through another night. Politics polished, people forgotten. Words sound holy, the roof still rotten. They sell our pain for a headline spin. We pay the price for the power of sin. Raise that fist, don't bow, don't blend. Change ain't gifted, it's time to bend. If the gate's locked tight with a diamond key, we'll break that door and rewrite the decree.
Capitol's a casino, lobby chips on deck. They gamble lives with a polished check. Bills written soft in the donor's hand, while children starve in a broken land. They tweet equality from penthouse rooms, then gut the schools with budget brooms. Campaign love, but it dies next week. Policy born from the rich elite. Filibuster lullabies, talk till dawn, while the lights go out on the working pawn. Tax breaks drip like gold for kings. We get crumbs with invisible strings. No saviors coming in a tailored tie, no clean slate falling from the sky. The system eats what it helped decay, but we the people gon' make it pay. Politics polished, people forgotten. Words sound holy, the roots still rotten. They sell our pain for a headline spin. We pay the price for the power sin. Raise that fist, don't bow, don't blend. Change ain't gifted, it's time to bend. If the gates lock tight with a diamond key, we'll break that door and rewrite the decree. Boardroom gospel, corporate choir. Stock tickers sing while the poor retire. Newsroom scripts, sold ad by ad. Truth gets buried, spin looks glad. They build a prison when they fear your vote, then call it law with a leather coat. They hush the masses with cheap parole, but hope's a fire they can't control. We march in weather they'll never feel. We turn our pain into tempered steel. They privatize life, monetize breath, profit off prisons and patient death. They drain the soil, call it progress clean. We choke on smoke from the American dream. We don't wait for a hand to feed. We sow the law, we plant the seed. Grassroots gospel, justice raw. No more begging to bend their law. From block to ballot, from page to pen, the streets write louder than power again. Red and blue both drink the same wine, shake the same hands, read the same line. Divide the people, conquer the crowd, silence the poor if they get too loud. But whispers grow, they link, they shout. The ground itself starts pushing out. No algorithm can't hide that spark. No gate can hold what bleeds in dark. We want schools, not stock exchange pride. Health, not headlines, truth, not sides. Policy ain't speech, just blood and will. And we write ours with an iron quill. Politics polished, people forgotten. Words sound holy, the roots still rotten. They sell our pain for a headline spin. We pay the price for the power sin. Raise that fist, don't bow, don't blend. Change ain't gifted, it's time to bend. If the gates lock tight with a diamond key, we'll break that door and rewrite the decree. So let the Capitol quake when the streets awake. With a post they can't make. No crown, no king, no chosen few. The law is ours, it's overdue. Tomorrow's ink is in our hands. Not red, not blue, just people who stand. If they forget who this power's for, we'll take it back and close their door.
Yeah. Sodium moons over avenues wide. Manhole halos breathing subway tide. Roll up doors with a hinge line here. City says sleep but the streets don't dim. Payphone ghosts with a dial tone ache. Sticker light post, confetti of fate. Sidewalk veins in a heartbeat grid. We learn to read what the billboards hear. Streets don't sleep, they watch and wait. Teach you a rhythm the clocks can't stay. We fold our maps from a bus past crease. Trade small mercy for hard one piece. If the night's got teeth in the morning stalls, we double now hope and outrun walls. Yeah, the streets toss dice with a stubborn roll, but we count our scars and guard our souls. Yeah. Graffiti planets orbit brick. Every tag a timestamp, drip by tick. Bodega bell rings, quarter tone grace. Cat on the counter keeps holy space. Mailbox moons with community tape. Flyers for rent and an open mic date. Benchside chess with park bench kings. Checkmates carved in the soda can rings. Pothole mirrors hold upside skies. Rain tambourines on delivery box. We jaywalk time in the crosswalk prayer. Sneakers write psalms on stubborn air. Bus breaks side like an aging saint. Corner store saints cash patience and pain. We swap our losses for late night fries. Salt on the tongue, truth in the eyes. Kids pass shortcuts like heirloom rings. Alleys for arteries, side street wings. If the last train goes and the cabs cause shame, we walk in chorus and rename the game. Yeah, streets don't sleep, they watch and wait. Teach you a rhythm the clocks can't stay. We fold our maps from a bus past crease. Trade small mercy for hard one piece. If the night's got teeth in the morning stalls. We double nine hope and outrun walls. Yeah, the streets toss dice with a stubborn roll, but we count our scars and guard our soul. Yeah. Hoodie weather, LED hum, 2-job heartbeat on the budget drum. Receipts in pockets like paper sounds. Rent day algebra on borrowed pounds. Moms make coupons, do miracles twice. Dad stitch sneakers with fishing line splice. Grandma prescribes lemon honey steam. Neighbors patrol on the doorbell beam. Block captain text, sound off now. Check on Miss Blue, she's due somehow. Mutual aid from a hatchback altar. Rice, dry milk in the call if you falter. Transit scripture in colored lines. We memorize turning points and signs. If the last bus dips and the fear runs loud, we shoulder the night like a friendly crowd. Listen, bakery gates unroll slow. Flower becomes sunrise and radio glow. Coffee writes steam on a cold glass pane. Dawn takes minutes from the dark's domain. The past keeps calling from a payphone's hum. We let it ring, today we come. Laundromat cipher with dryer heat. Spin cycle bars on the linoleum beat. Skaters write cursive on a bruised handrail. Fall, laugh, reset, repeat the tale. Courier blessings in brown tape loops. Door buzz hymns in apartment stoops. Night shift nurse with a pocket of light. Post steady through ambulance night. Pop-up stalls under scaffold ribs. Vendors translate hunger to ad-libs. Braid chair throne and an edge control crown. Confidence threaded while the sun leans down. We fail out loud, then edit the plan. Ball a ladder, help your fan. Scrap into sculpture, rust into art. Blueprint knocking in the weatherproof heart. Streets don't sleep, they watch and wait. Teach you a rhythm the clocks can't stay. We fold our maps from a bus past crease. Trade small mercy for hard one piece. If the night's got teeth and the morning stalls, we double nine hope and outrun walls. Yeah, the streets toss dice with a stubborn roll, but we count our scars and guard our soul. Summer hydrant crowns the block with rain. Kids wear halos in a stainless chain. When the signs names on the bus stop glass, palms leave hearts that refuse to pass. Yeah, blackout choir and recycled jars. Stories float up like basement stars. Group chat siren, you home all good. Pin drops bloom in the caring wood. Yeah, we measure wealth by the hands we hold, not the shine on the plaque or the weight of gold. Every alley writes a future tense. Every setback scaffold sense. If City Hall forgets our beat, we loop that rhythm from street to street. From stoop to skyline, count it true. One for the work and the second for you, yeah. Shutters yawn, forklifts sing. Spatulas chime on griddle rings. Bus doors hiss like a waking king. Morning puts courage in everything. Tie your laces, square your spine. Match your breath to the crosstown line. If tomorrow asks who sets the tone, say these blocks, these hearts are own. Because streets don't sleep, they testify. We learn their language and qualify. Write your name where the sunlight lands, then walk that script with open hands. Oh, 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 and walk that script.
Sodium rain stitches the precinct glass. Scanner snow ticks seconds that pass. Badge like a mirror, oath like a seed. Who waters promise when the streets bleed. Grandma's lamp at a window ledge. Dispatcher maps fear to a language edge. Boots meet puddles, radio spark. Where's the line between safe and star? Blue lights spin, the city holds tight. Piece of pressure in the jaws of night. If laws are promised, say it clear. Protect the people more than the gear. Hands up truth, hands down pride. Live with calm when the storms collide. Build that trust, don't snap that thread. Serve the living, honor the dead.
Graveyard briefing, priest reports. Coffee breath, a stack of courts. Some wear the badge for a mentor's hand. Some for a pension, some for the land. Body cams blink like restless stars. Policy towers, procedural bars. Door crack open, voices flare. You could cool the room or scorch the air. Power is voltage, grounded first. Measure your muscle by who you nurse. Ask for names, ask what they need. Tone can cauterize or feed. It fears the fuse and tries to spark. Train the hand that holds the dark. Culture
paper steel beneath the ink. Rewrite the reflex so duty can think. Blue lights spin, the city holds tight. Piece of pressure in the jaws of night. If laws are promised, say it clear. Protect the people more than the gear. Hands up truth, hands down pride. Led with calm when the storms collide. Build that trust, don't snap that thread. Serve the living, honor the dead.
We want patrols that know our names. Coach the lead, diffuse the flames. Barbershop nod, corner store chat. Let's parade armor, more where we at. Crisis calls need medics and care. Not just cuffs for a public despair. Pair social workers when trauma blooms. Bring trained voices to crowded rooms. Publish the numbers, discipline fair. No hush agreements in stale back air. Whistle the wrong, protect the right. Good cops glow when the bad lose sight. What's a shield when trust runs thin? Response with receipts and courage within. Where does safety honestly start? Policy bones and a listening heart. How do we mend what history tore? Train, reform, and hear much more. I've seen an officer buy kids lunch. I've seen a stop collapse with one wrong punch. Filmed a scene that bent the law. Held a friend whose breath ran raw. Accountability isn't hate, it's fair. Space for the oath to live out fair. Qualified trust is earned, not owed. Paid by restraint when tempers low. Community cameras aren't your foe. They're lighthouse beams that help you roll. Get it right, the block will sing. Get it wrong, sirens sting. Blue lights spin, the city holds tight. Piece of pressure in the jaws of night. If laws are promised, say it clear. Protect the people more than the gear. Hands up truth, hands down pride. Led with calm when the storms collide. Build that trust, don't snap that thread. Serve the living, honor the dead. Recruit on character, screen for bias. Stress test choices when stakes run highest. Role play heat till calm feels true. Measure restraint like heroes do. Rotate beats so blinders fade. Pair crisis teams where calls get made. Union for safety, not for shields. That very facts the footage yields. Promote the sergeants who cool the blaze. Reward decisions that save more days. Reps in a council, chairs in a ring. Plain language rights everyone can bring. Participatory budgets under bright lights. Track every dollar to daily rights. Kids learn civics on bleacher rows. Ask better questions than yes or no's. Officer signs, the same small print. Respect is currency, stamped in flame. Blue light spin, the city holds tight. Piece of pressure in the jaws of night. If laws are promised, say it clear. Protect the people more than the gear. Hands up truth, hands down pride. Led with calm when the storms collide. Build that trust, don't snap that thread. Serve the living, honor the dead. Dawn wipe sirens from the window's face. Street sweep hums through a sleepless case. If justice is blind, let mercy steer. Ask the question that pulls us near. What keeps you safe? What keeps you whole? Write that answer on badge and soul. When law means love in the public square, that's the uniform every heart can wear.